welcome back, welcome back. So this is the motion sensor fully working. Just wanted to quickly run down what I've done here. So again, from machine import pin, give me pin functionality. From time import sleep, so I can pause my program when I need to. The LED stuff and the buzzer stuff is exactly what I had in the previous programs when I was testing it. Now this is the new thing here where I say motion sensor equals pin 28, and pin 28 is going to be used as an input pin. So I say pin in. And also what I do, I like to put devices like these to a pull down or pull up resistor. What they do is it keeps it always low until I need it to go high. That's what a pull down does. And a pull up would do the opposite, keeps it high until I want it to go low. Because sometimes in these circuits and things like this, you're programming, what will happen is this motion sensor will just be flickering between 0 and 1, 0 and 1, 0 and 1, 0 and 1 randomly. So what you want to do is either pull up or pull down. You do normally do the same thing for switches, for buttons, components that you want to get the values of. So them fluctuating is not a good idea. That's why you use a pull down or pull up. All I say here is red LED, green LED, and buzzer, turn them all off. Sleep for 5 seconds. The reason you want to sleep for 5 seconds, you want to give the motion sensor enough time to warm up and to detect the ambient radiation in the room and all of that stuff. Well, the ambient radiation where it's pointing, where it's being pointed. While true, that's an infinite loop. So this is going to run forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Print motion sensor dot value. If motion sensor value equals 0, which means that if there is no movement, so this is a digital device. Let's just keep it simple. Is 0 if it's off, 1 if it's on. I can change this if I want, but let's just leave it as that for now. If there is no movement, so if it's equal to 0, there's no movement, please make note of the double equal sign. When you have a single equal sign, that's how you assign a value in Python. So I'm saying buzzer equals, but when I have a double equal sign, I'm saying is the thing on the left equal to the thing on the right. That's all I'm saying. So if motion sensor dot value equals 0, no motion, no LEDs turn on, and all the LEDs and the beeper, they're supposed to be held as off. So red LED low, green LED low, buzzer dot low, sleep for 1 second. If there is motion, so anything else that occurs, that's why we have if and we have else. We only need to check for one thing if there's no motion, because again, this is a motion sensor. It only does 0 and 1. So there's no other value other than 0 or 1 I could get. Now, ideally, I'm supposed to have an else if statement checking for 1 and an else statement as in some weird random error occurred, but we don't need to worry about that. Keep it very simple. So if it's a 0, do all this stuff. Otherwise, do this stuff. And this stuff in this case is print motion detected, LEDs on, red LED high, green LED high, buzzer high as well. So it turns them on roughly for a second as well. And then this will run forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Now, my program works to some degree, but the motion sensor, these two potentiometers that I have at the back here, I'm ideally supposed to play around with these and make them more and make it the sensitivity I need, but I'm not going to bother with that. Now, you should get the sensitivity to where you can mimic or test the system in a lesson or in a classroom or in your room. So have it pointed away from you, for example, and when you put your hand in front of it, it should detect the motion. But I'm just going to leave mine just to show you it works. So I'm going to click run on my laptop here. Is everything connected okay? Yep, everything's perfect. Going to click play. Now mine is going to fluctuate between on and off, and that's fine. I'm just testing. I don't really need it to be perfect right now. Once it works, no motion. Let me move a bit. Let's see what happens. I'm moving. Let's see. Picked it up. There we go. Motion detected. It's going to keep going back and forth between that. And again, if you need the sensitivity to be better, simply play with, I think, don't quote me on this, look at the datasheet in the description. I think it's the one on the left you play with for sensitivity. And the one on the right is time. So play around with that, get the values you want, and that is the motion sensor working with the LEDs and the buzzer. So I think the next stage, which is probably going to be the most complex, is to get the text messages and the email working as well. So tune in.